who gives a shit about this fight? Honestly, who gives a fuck about this fight? Since this fight has been announced, I've noticed that nobody really cares about this fight. Nobody's really talking about this fight. Nobody's trying to hype this fight up. Because we asked for this fight years ago. Years ago we asked for this. And right now it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And that fix of a fight between Marquez and Ramos was the worst fix that I've ever seen in my life. That shit looked completely fake. Ramos braced himself for his fall. He made sure that his glove didn't even touch the ropes. If you look at that knockout again, he made sure that his hand didn't even hit the rope on his way down. And his eyes were completely shut. Now, think about knockouts that you've seen. Think about when you've seen Roy Jones get knocked out. Or any knockout that you can think of. When has a motherfucker's eyes ever been shut like they're asleep? Usually you see a motherfucker just gazing into space, like, you know, just dazed out and shit, with their eyes open. Or rolled to the back of their head or some shit. But you never seen a motherfucker just with their eyes completely shut. I've seen a lot of knockouts and I've never seen no shit like that. So that let me know right there that that was a dive. And Marquez knew about it, because when a boxer trains for 8 to 10 weeks, however long they train, and a motherfucker goes in there and takes a dive like that, it usually pisses them off. Look at Vitaly Klitschko in the fight. It was like 2 fights ago. He fought a motherfucker where he took a dive and he was pissed. You know, he was like, man, you got me all the way out here. You got everybody out here for this shit, and you're gonna take a dive. And the same thing with Danny Green. I remember he fought somebody after the Roy Jones fight. After he knocked out Roy Jones, he fought a motherfucker that took a dive, and he was pissed. He was cussing and shit in the post-fight interview, saying he was going to make sure that motherfucker didn't get a drop of money for that fight. So we already know Marquez knew what was going on, and we've never seen this happen with Marquez before until he signs with motherfucking Bob Arum. And you guys wonder why we have so many questions when it comes to the Pacquiao camp. Because Bob Arum is involved with that shit. That fight was fixed, and just because they had to fix the fight, that makes me even less attracted to this fight between Pacquiao and Marquez, the rubber match. That makes it even more or less attractive, man, that they had to fix a fight just to be able to say that Marquez is coming off of a dominant win. Because they hear people saying that Pacquiao is fighting people that are coming off of shitty performances, things like that. They hear all that shit. They hear us when we be saying that shit. You know, they might watch a few, you know, they got to know what people are saying about him. And they know that people are saying that Pacquiao is fighting over-the-hill fighters, Mayweather's leftovers, and people that are coming off shitty-ass performances. So they had to fix a fight with Marquez just to be able to say that he knocked out his previous opponent. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. It's just a storyline they're trying to sell us. I'm not paying for this fucking fight. This shit would have made sense as an immediate rematch after the second fight, considering that they made us wait 3 motherfucking years just to get a rematch after the draw they had. And if it wasn't for Marquez not being able to stay on his feet in that first round, we would have all been talking about how Marquez whooped Pacquiao's ass. Because really, and this is non-debatable. Nobody can really debate with me on this. If you get dropped 3 times in the first round and you come back and you still get a draw, that means you whooped the motherfucker's ass. That means you won more rounds. So that's non-debatable. So don't get mad at me for speaking the truth to you. So we would have been talking about that, but all credit goes to Pacquiao for being able to knock him down, because you're supposed to be able to stay on your feet. And that's the mistake that Marquez made in the second fight. He got dropped and he lost that fight by 1 point, which was that knockdown. So if he had stayed on his feet, he would have beat Pacquiao twice. And a lot of people really feel that he did beat Pacquiao twice. You know? So it would have made sense to do a rematch right after the second fight, but they waited forever until we don't even want to see this fight anymore. I mean, look at Marquez. He got dropped by Caceres. Okay, and that was a good fight. He won that fight, but you got dropped by Caceres, a guy who got wiped out by Guerrero. Guerrero had no problems with him. So that lets you know right there, Marquez is not the same guy that he was the first time he fought Pacquiao. If he had got an immediate rematch after the first time they fought, then he probably would have whooped his ass. But they avoided Marquez for a reason. And now they're deciding to fight him now for a reason. There was other opponents out there that would have been better for Pacquiao to fight than Marquez at this point. This proves absolutely nothing at this point. I mean, Marquez is now a senior citizen now, and he's not the same fighter anymore. I mean, they're fixing fights for him to make him look good. That's telling you something right there. So we all know Pacquiao is going to whoop the shit out of Marquez. And there's no way that Bob Arum is going to let Pacquiao lose to Marquez. They'll probably throw some money at him because that's what Bob Arum is all about over there at Top Rank. I want to fix fights and throw money at motherfuckers to not do shit. And I don't know, man. I'm not feeling this matchup. I'm not going to be ordering it. I'll stream it. I'll definitely watch it, but that's basically it. I don't have no breakdown for the fight. I don't care what happens in the fight. I already know it's going to happen. So hopefully Pacquiao will pick somebody that we actually want to see him fight. Somebody that we think that may actually have a chance of beating him instead of fighting somebody that we know for sure he's going to win. And I'm noticing that a lot of Filipino people are really not happy about this fight either. They really don't care about it either. It's not just us, man. It's also the Filipinos. I don't hear them buzzing about this either. They don't really want to talk about it. So let's just get this shit over with. I don't care. I feel like it's a waste of time. Like we have to sit here and actually watch 24/7 with Pacquiao and Marquez and just wait for this stupid shit that we don't want to see. But we're gonna watch anyway because we're boxing fans. But now I'm just rambling on. I'm not even talking about shit anymore. So I'm gonna go. I'm blowing the shit right now. I'm gonna finish the rest of my blunt. It's some fire too. You know how we do in Cali, but I'm not gonna talk about that. So that's my video. I'm out. Peace.